Heyhoo und willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge von Genshin Impact. So, heute ignorieren wir wie immer dieses Ausrufezeichen, weil die mache ich offline. Und wir gehen da runter. Ich habe vergessen, was wir machen müssen. Tausche Informationen mit Cyno, spricht man den, glaube ich, aus, an einem anderen Ort. Hier, Cyno. Ich habe, by the way, immer noch nicht Scaramouche gezogen. Werde ich wahrscheinlich auch nicht schaffen.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Ja, warum werden die wahnsinnigen Gelehrten Dorfwächter genannt?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down.
Das wirkt nicht nach einem Zufall. Das klingt eher so, als würde die Akademie mit Absicht Leute verschwinden lassen wollen. Es ist jeder, der eine bestimmte Information zu nah dran ist, lassen die verrückt werden, damit sie hierher gebracht werden.
Initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
War Candace auch eine davon?
Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Nur sie ist dazu fähig. Ich dachte auch zuerst, aber denkst du wirklich Nahida? Ist es nicht lange her? Dann könnte es Nahida sein.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Cyno, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
Das ist eine gute Frage.
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Und genau dann wurden die wieder normal. Ich sag mal normal.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Ja, sehr wahrscheinlich.
So, what do you make of the story?
Die Macht der wahnsinnigen Gelehrten sollte von der niederen Herrin Kusanadi stammen.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Ja.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro-Archon, is she really active in Sumeru?
Mehr oder weniger.
The academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, She might as well have been a god that never existed.
Autsch.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Sie versucht ja klug zu klingen, okay? Sie hat mir kürzlich einmal das Leben gerettet. Wir haben Sumeru kürzlich gemeinsam gerettet. Sie hat mir das Leben gerettet.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
I'm not.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Das sag ich doch.
How can this be?
Na, wir haben nicht wirklich sie physisch getroffen, aber ja.
To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Mhm.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
Jupp.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Oh je.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Ich denke ja.
Huh? Who?
By the sounds
Wer
of
bist
it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person
Also,
you're
ja.
referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Das ist keine gute Idee, wenn wir in irgendeinen Kampf kommen oder so etwas, könntest du verletzt werden. Das ist nicht gut.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Cyno, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Cyno, ich bitte dich.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Okay. Das heißt, jetzt wieder zurücklaufen? Oder wo ist Candace? Candace. Hier oben. Ah, da ist es. Als ihr euch dem Haus der Dorf...
Cyno is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ich meine, ihr konntet zwar stoppen und lesen, aber es ist halt so schnell weg. Ich will das nicht immer so ultra schnell vorlesen.
Ah,
Candace!
already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back.
Ja, das hat er uns auch gesagt.
Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive.
Ja, aber wenn er gestorben ist, wen... Hä? Wen sucht er?
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
No.
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Sieht so aus, als würde sich Nahida hinter dem aufgeweckten Opa verbergen. Sie sollte auch diejenige sein, die die Schmerzen der wahnsinnigen Gelehrten lindert. Von Cynos Gesichtsausdruck zu urteilen, sollte er auch darauf gekommen sein.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Cyno?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Cyno.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
Deinem Opa geht es bestimmt gut.
Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Okay. Kapitel 3 von Akt 3. Dritter Akt, Kapitel 3, so rum. Luftschlösser, Illusion und Berg. In die Richtung. Dann befragen wir direkt mal, wer bist du? Kazan.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
Kazan.
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Er geht einfach, während er noch redet. Okay, danke für nichts. Egal, zum nächsten. Hier, Shani.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, They've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right?
Ich finde es seltsam, dass sie ihn nicht direkt erkannt hat. So groß ist das Dorf doch gar nicht, als ob du den nicht kennst.
He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, also noch haben wir nicht unbedingt wirklich viel herausfinden können. Aber in der nächsten Folge geht die ganze Befragung dann weiter. Und hoffentlich finden wir dann eine Spur zu dem Opa von Isak. Was ziemlich seltsam ist, weil was hat das noch mit der Main Story zu tun? Aber egal. Bis zum nächsten Mal und tüdelü.